Hello everyone, welcome back to Eclectic. Hello, this is Alina from Argentina. Today I'm answering a question regarding how narcissists turn their victims into a shell of a person, or what is sometimes called a zombie, where they can manipulate you and make you do things. When you lose your sense of self, your soul, basically, that's what victims report. Always after a narcissistic abusive relationship, they feel as if they have lost themselves, their soul. They don't know what they want, what they like, what they were all about. They lose touch with themselves, with their feelings. Somebody asked me how this happened, so here I am making this video today. One important thing that we need to understand is the intermittent reinforcements, okay? The good and the bad. The hot, cold, come here, get out. I devalue you, I idealize you. The drama, basically. And that destroys the sanity of a person. The fact that you're with a person that is completely unpredictable and doesn't respond to reason, the fact that one day that person is idealizing you and the next day that person is devaluing you, during the same day maybe even, or the same sentence is doing that also. They can say, backhanded compliments or passive-aggressive comments, but you don't know until you left the room, and then you say, what did she tell me? That kind of thing makes you completely veer your attention towards the narcissist and completely forget about you. The intense attention followed by the disappearing act or ghosting, or maybe devaluing you, ignoring you, that is one thing. The narcissist will create cognitive dissonance in you. Cognitive dissonance is having two opposite beliefs that are not compatible. For example, you think the narcissist loves you, but he's doing all this, or she's doing all this. Does not compute as love, okay? So that's cognitive dissonance. And that's how they erase you. They erode your personality. And you start acting in ways that you think will please the narcissist, but in reality, they won't. They don't. Never. Everything that you do will never be enough. This takes me to the double bind theory. Double bind theory, in simple terms, do this and you will get punished. Don't do this and you will get punished, okay? So that's the double bind. There's a great video that Theremin Trees has done. I'm going to link it below, about only this subject, and it's important for you to know about this and understand it, and it's very good. And also Richard Grennan has made videos about this, and those are very good too, so I'm going to maybe link them below so you can watch them. So the double bind is that, and there's one example there in the Theremin Trees video. In that video he explains the example of the Zen master, okay? So the Zen master is holding a stick, and he says to his students, if you say I'm holding a stick, you'll be punished. And if you say I'm not holding a stick, you'll be punished. So that's a double bind. And this relates to the narcissist, where whatever you do is never enough. Whatever you do is never going to be okay for the abuser. And one of the students resolves this by breaking the stick, okay? So the only way you can deal with this craziness is stepping away from it. The double bind theory, right? That's another way. They erase you and they extract the human component out of you, and you become a shell of a person, or sort of a zombie. The other thing is the Kafka trap. When they hold a carrot for you, so you're constantly trying to reach that carrot, and you can wait years and years and years for things to happen, and this never happens. So that's the Kafka trap. Gaslighting is obviously one of them, and when they gaslight you constantly, you lose contact with yourself. You lose it. You don't know which way is north, south, you're lost in that sense. Hypnosis is one other thing that they do. It's not like they hypnotize you like, ooh, they just repetition. They repeat, you don't like that, you like that, no. And you say, no, I want to go out and swim in the pool for a while, right? No, you don't like swimming. Oh no, and then they go with something else and come out. No, you don't like that. You like whatever it is that I like. Okay, that's the thing. So all these tactics are designed for the narcissist to reduce you, to make you feel less than, to make you inactive. This is important. Trauma goes hand in hand with inaction. Okay? Trauma is being stuck. Trauma is not being able to decide. Trauma is not being able to know what you want, to be in contact with your feelings. They make a split, a division, a disconnect between what's going on, rational things, and your feelings. Okay, so you don't have this integration of feelings and cognitive parts, and you're a whole human being. You feel split. You feel lost. You feel. I have clients. My clients usually come to me. I have a lot of them that say, "I don't know who I am. I don't know what I want," and so they need to connect with their feelings. And there's a way that you can do that. You can go to therapy and do that. You can practice mindfulness so that you can be in contact with what you want, what you feel. It's a very important part of recovery, being able to be in contact with what you want, with what you feel, and practice that again so that you can go back to being you. Because that's what happens, right? They provoke in you inaction, and that's learned helplessness, because everything you do is never enough. Everything you tried in the past with a narcissist didn't work. And it's, as I always say, they are black holes of energy that absorb everything. Once you're in a relationship with a narcissist, you start to realize there's nothing you can do. So you end up in a freeze response, basically, because that's immobility. Okay, so you're not able to decide, because in the past you did something and it didn't work. You tried something else, it didn't work either, and you did the opposite, didn't work. It's dealing with crazy. So it creates a lot of problems for the victims of abuse, and so that's why no contact is ideal. Sometimes it's not possible because they're kids, or you're in a job, or whatever the reason, you just cannot. And so that's why I recommend brain rock techniques and different things that can help you. But ideally, you have to get out of that. Run, like Robert Hare says, run. If you see a psychopath, run. And this is the malignant end of the narcissism spectrum. These are psychopaths. Really. So this is all designed to create separation from your feelings and from your mind, separate those two, so that you don't have integration, and so you don't know what you feel, what you want, and so that you're primed to respond to somebody else, aka the abuser, that will tell you what you want, what you need to do, what you have to do, and then you are a zombie or a shell of a person. You don't exist anymore. That's why you feel as if you lost your identity when you are with people like that, in a relationship with a person that has a personality disorder, right? So, fun stuff. If you're right now in a situation like that, be mindful, try to be in the moment, try to concentrate on what is that you want to do, try to start thinking about yourself. And I know this takes therapy. This doesn't go away in a second. This takes time and treatment and a decision from you. And yeah, but it's good to know. A good first step is to know what's going on because victims of this type of abuse or targets of this type of abuse, they don't know what's going on. If you are a victim of someone like that, usually you've been chosen, because for them it's fun to diminish a person that actually is interesting, actually has something to offer, bring to the table, that is, people like you. And that's why I always say victims of abuse are special people. So yeah, try to be mindful, try to write down your feelings, try to write down your ideas, what you like, what you don't like, give thought to that. But what I usually recommend is try to find a therapist near you that can help you work through this, and just knowing this is helpful in and of itself. It's the first step. So thank you so much for being here today. Thank you for subscribing, for liking my videos, and for sharing them. I hope this was helpful, and I will see you next week. Okay, bye-bye.